Hello, it's Oopsy and I'm about to visit the cutest art studio between Bagley and Shevlin, Minnesota, down a road on a cold, snowy day. Look at it. It's a little red house. Isn't that cute? So this studio belongs to an artist named Pamela Edevold. She is one of the best artists I have met since I've been here. She's just super talent. She used to do a lot of her work in Rochester, but then they came all the way up to the north end of the state. That is cute. Let's go see what it looks like inside and meet Pamela. You might want to pause here to read a little bit about Pamela Edevold. Oh, I'm so excited. I have been wanting to visit her studio, and it is even better than I imagined. It's so cozy and warm inside. There's a wood-burning stove, so it smells that smoky, good, woodsy smell. Ooh, scary basement. And it's very light though and airy inside. Great lighting. The house dates from 1940. While Pamela visits with my husband, Jiffy Jeff, I kind of poke around and be nosy. Ooh, she's got some nice brushes. What is that? Skeletons? I start asking Pamela about her process, where she sits and makes these wonderful paintings.
Oh, well, I usually work, this is my position with the towel in my lap.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
And it catches everything.
Yeah, and because I go like that too, so you can tell I use it. But if I don't have the towel in my lap, I will still do that, and I will ruin my pants.
You use Golden Open.
It's all,
slow drying.
Most of what I've done here is in Golden Open, but I also do, I've done pastels, and there are some oils in here, and a colored pencil. That was my main commission.
Yes.
Work. It was colored pencil for years.
So describe this.
These pieces were from the exhibit where I got a grant. Exhibit I called Preserving Local Indigenous Heritage Through Regalia. So I wanted to learn, personally, I wanted to learn more about this culture that we live with. And after being here for 25 years, I found I didn't know anything about them, and that was a real shame. So I created this project so that I could meet and interview and get to know these dancers, and I asked them to tell me what their regalia means to them, and just how the pieces came together and how they feel when they dance. I got the idea because I did the portrait of Roz, and I'm looking to see where the original up there, that's the original portrait of Roz in the red dress.
Okay.
And that is in Cassine. That's the one and only Cassine I've ever done, and that was actually in a Richardson competition, and I won honorable mention with that.
Wow.
As I was painting that, I learned she had written a little piece about her red dress and how it symbolized prayer for the women in her community who had been abducted and abused, and some are actually killed.
Yeah. Pamela put together a book of the people she painted, their stories. It's very thought-provoking. I wanted to see more of Pamela's fabulous work, so she showed me past colored pencil drawings, past paintings. Just the colors and everything she does are vibrant, rich. look at your books. Pamela just said she's actually in some of these books. Can you show me a few?
So, yeah. For several years I started entering the Richardson books. I think the first one, the first one was in 2017, and then I got in every year that I tried, and then I made the cover.
Which,
So
that's
this painting, is in the other
yes,
room. So there she is.
Wow. I love that. Yes, he's cute. I love the skin details. Oh boy, and there's even more art materials. And looking up, they've opened up the space above. Was that a skeleton? Do you see those skeletons? Anyway, it's very airy and light, but I gotta look at these art materials. I love all this stuff. Hey, I see something kind of cute there. Do you see it right? There it is. I have to say, this is a very sweet studio. And the bathroom even sports one of those wonderful sinks. And then look at the storage for easels and hooks to hang things with a pretty gold frame around it. Oh, I love it. Can I have one for Christmas? Jiffy Jeff says I might have to wait a few years or maybe never. Anyway, there's a microwave and a fridge, and it's just delightful. Don't you agree out there, everybody? This is a sweet studio.
Program called Portrait Artist of the Year out of London.
Yes.
And during COVID, instead of having their actual TV program filmed like they usually do, they did an online through Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
And so people from all over the world were able to send in images of the pieces they painted off of the television.
Yes.
When they were interviewing their model. And I did that and won first place on November of 2020.
I'm going to go back and watch because I watched those shows. I loved that program. I watched all the ones I could find.
So actually that day they were supposed to interview me. They contacted me the Friday before and said, Sunday we're going to call the winner and you were on the short list. So just to know so that you'd be around. And I was waiting. I didn't know if I won or not, but I was waiting. And then they went through everybody else and it was clear that it was going to be me. And they never called. And here, the phone didn't work. It was on their end. The phone didn't work. So they contacted me that week then and said we'd still like to interview you. And I had to videotape myself and it took all day. It was terrible. I was so exhausted by the end.
Oh my God.
But I got to talk to the one of the judges online and then another one of the judges. It was just really nice.
I loved that show. I was addicted to it.
And that was my favorite show. So this is one of my highlights. Is that I actually got to visit with one of the judges, and that's how I met Yesterday, and I met people on Instagram from all over the world. So my little videotaped piece is actually the week after this one. And then the show after that is where my interview is.
And the thing is that I didn't put the two together because you don't think that somebody this is like living in the country
And it
up
wasn't
in
really
northern Minnesota.
It wasn't really an interview. I mean, at the end, I mean, it was just a quick "hello from Minnesota" type thing.
Oh, okay.
But it took me all day to videotape it.
It can be hard. I mean, this I try to make this look easy, but it's not. And then the shock is also you see what you look like.
Oh,
Can you tell I was totally blown away? I am a super fan of the show, and now Pamela has lots of stars by her name.
You look at it in different lights, and you look at it without the actual subject matter that you're working off of. So you want it to look good as a painting and not just like what you're painting from.
And this is where you can really see how subtle and smooth. I mean, the paint just glides on there. There's no brushstrokes. You see the texture of the canvas, but not the paint.
I am a drawer before I am a painter, though.
You are?
I'm a drawer who's constantly learning how to paint. Started doing portraits right out of high school.
Okay.
With people sitting for me at fairs and carnivals and in a little shop that we set up in Bagley, North Dakota, where I'm from. People would come into the Gamble store and sit and have their portraits drawn.
Where are you from?
Grafton, North Dakota. So I just continued taking commissions and doing portraits on the spot and learned how to do it by working.
That was probably my biggest takeaway, I think, was the realization that this glorious award-winning painter we have living here in the North Woods of Minnesota is a self-taught artist. She learned by doing, and she learned well. I was deeply impressed. I was very thankful that I got this opportunity on this cold day to go in that cozy little red house studio of hers that smelled of the best aromatic wood smoke you could imagine, and hear her story. Pamela Edevold is also an incredible instructor and does hold many workshops in our area. As a matter of fact, she will be teaching in mixed media portraits in golden open acrylic and Prismacolor pencil on May 16th through the 18th, 2025 in Park Rapids at the Armory Arts Building. It's a good deal. Stay tuned at the end of this video for more information. Stay tuned for more videos by me, Oopsy, where I go visiting art-making spaces. Love all life around you. Be inspired. Be grateful. Bird the joy until I see you again. Mwah! Ta-ta now. Bye-bye. Happy art making.